switch it. Hello, hello, welcome. Sorry, I'm just pulling up my chat. Hey Izzy, hey Ava. Uh, Sorry, I combed my hair. It's like straight now. What's up, Sabrina? Morning. How's it going, everybody? Thank you, appreciate it. I'm actually gonna get a trim soon, just to trim a little bit. What am I feeling on GLP-1s? Saw the video. Ava, you're going to get banned or blocked if you continue to spam. Thoughts on GLP-1s? Of course, they can be useful. And I know you saw my video of people basically talking about there is risks to any drug, but it can be useful when paired with, you got to be active. You got to be weight training to keep your bone density up, still focusing on building muscle mass. And also, you need to learn healthy eating habits so that when you come off the drug, that you can actually sustain your results. So they're not meant for everybody, but they should be used. They should be used for people that actually need it. But I feel like it's sensationalized, especially by celebrities and things like that, and it's influencing people that might not need it to get on it. And if you're not working with like a proper support system, like professionals that can help you, like doctors and things like that, and you're just taking the drug, and it could result in disastrous side effects. Have I reacted to Zodiac? There should be sound on it. It's not. The reason it makes you lose weight is because your appetite. It just decreases appetite. But here's the thing: most people that come off it, they gain a bunch of weight back. So if you don't learn the eating habits that you need to learn, then you're gonna gain all the weight back. Danny Fernandez? No. Is she on YouTube or Instagram? Thank you, Zodiac. Or River, sorry. I really appreciate it. It was really nice talking to you a few minutes ago there. How do you deal with energy drops in a calorie deficit? Good question. So I would say when it comes to a calorie deficit, obviously you're eating less calories, so your energy to a degree will be decreased, but you really have to look at what makes up your calorie deficit. So if you're making up your calorie deficit with a lot of processed foods, then your energy levels are going to be associated with that because you're not going to be hitting your micronutrient needs. A lot of whole foods, right, are very filling. You're going to feel very satisfied, and you're going to feel very energized because you're meeting all your micronutrient needs at the end of the day. So I would say make the majority of your calorie deficit whole nutrient dense fruits, like fruits, veggies, lean meats, beans, legumes, dairy, etc. And you'll find that your energy levels will be much better as opposed to just consuming mostly processed foods that are not nutrient dense. And also your deficit, you don't want your deficit to be really aggressive. I would say, like 200 to 400 calories under maintenance is really all you need to get the fat loss going. Beware of protein? Why are we being aware? Why protein? Do you have any advice on controlling food noise? So with food noise, here's the thing. Here's one factor that plays into it. It's the foods that you have available to you in sight. So if you're, let's just say on your table, or let's just say in your cupboard, you have a lot of these processed snacks, and every time you're walking around your house, you're passing these snacks and you're using willpower to avoid them. How many times before you pass it that you're going to, eventually your willpower will run out and you will give into that food noise. But If you make healthy eating the most convenient choice for you, you're going to choose it every time. If you don't keep those foods really stocked in your house, or if you keep those foods out of sight, so the back of the fridge, the back of the cupboard, and you have in the front, you have like meals that are prepped, you have fresh fruits and vegetables, you're just going to grab that at the end of the day because and then apps like DoorDash, skip the dishes, just delete them. Just delete them, honestly, because food has never been more accessible in this time. And DoorDash and Skip the Dishes is not only more expensive, it gives you access to almost every single restaurant instead of actually driving there to get it. And it's honestly, I would say those apps have contributed to people's unhealthy eating habits, although they do help for people that need groceries and things and can't necessarily travel. But it's a double-edged sword when it comes to those apps, I would say. Can eating too much steak be a problem? Yeah, I would, in a way, yes, because it's high in saturated fats, and saturated fat in excess can contribute to clogging of arteries, atherosclerosis, heart disease. So, red meat is very nutrient dense. It's very good for you. It's very good to consume. I would say you could even have it every day, but to have it every single meal, like having it 2-3 times a day, I think is a little bit too much. Hey guys, I'm monitoring two chats right now. So I have the Instagram, I have the YouTube chat. Sorry if I missed your question. If I missed your question, just put it back in chat. How to handle skinny fat, only my sides from childbirth. So here's the thing with skinny fat, you can't specifically target belly fat. There's no exercise that's going to target belly fat. How fat loss works is you're in a calorie deficit and your body will pull from fat storages across your body randomly. So eventually you just need to, as long as the scale weight is going down over time and you're doing this consistently, your body will eventually pull from the fat stores in your stomach and your stomach will go down, but you just need to see this through and be consistent. You finally made the live. Let's go, Tammy. Appreciate you. Choices aren't good, but you still risk it. I think here's like I understand why people say, "Oh, he's so positive over people's really bad food choices," and I don't really think a food in of itself is bad. There's no bad and good foods. I would say there's more processed foods, there's less processed foods, there's more nutrient dense foods, there's less nutrient dense foods, and what you need to really create is a balance between both where you want to emphasize your nutrient dense foods so you can meet those needs to feel your best, and then have a little bit of less nutrient dense foods for mental health and sanity, as I like to say at the end of the day. And when you find that balance between the two that really works for you and your body, you thrive at the end of the day. Sorry, my brother's FaceTiming me. Okay. Why do I love avocados? Healthy fats and potassium, baby. Sorry guys, I'm going through. Any tips for premenopausal women? Yeah, good question. So, especially premenopause, I have a lot of clients that kind of go through this, and hormones are kind of out of whack. It can be hard to lose fat, overly fatigued. I would say the basics of nutrition really come through in that you want to follow an anti-inflammatory diet, and that's going to incorporate, foods that are high in healthy fats, avocados, salmon, eggs, nuts, keep it very nutrient dense, fruits, veggies, emphasizing fiber, and you want to be active. You want to be, 20 to 40 minutes a day, I think is a good measure of walking, at least bare minimum, just to keep yourself active, and you'll find that your energy levels will be much better and your body composition will improve. Sorry guys. Why is he bothering me? Sorry guys, my brother is just bothering me right now. I'm going to be right back. I'll be right back, guys. 2 seconds. I'm back. Sorry for the delay, everyone. My brother needed me to do something, but that's all solved now. So I'm back here. Let's see what I missed. How long have I been working out? 10 years. 10 years. So it's been a while. It's been a minute. All right. I want to lose weight but still gain muscle. Do you have any advice? Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to losing fat, of course, you need to be in a calorie deficit. All that means is eating less calories than your body burns throughout the day. How you're going to figure that out is you're going to go to a TD, it's called TDEE, so total daily energy expenditure .net, and you're going to put in your details. It's going to give you an approximation of your maintenance calories, so the amount of calories that you need to eat for your body in order to maintain your body weight. And then you're going to eat 200 to 400 calories less than that. That'll put you in a calorie deficit. Within your calorie deficit, you want at least 20% of your total daily calorie intake coming from fats. And then your protein intake should be 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. The rest of the calories should come from carbs. And you do want at least 20 to 30 grams of fiber per day as well. And then with your weight training, you want to emphasize progressive overload. And all that means is lifting more weight and or doing more reps with the same weight over time, improving strength, signaling those muscles to grow. And that's how you're going to accomplish that. Short form. Do I ever slip and binge eat? Not really. Not anymore, because I practice flexible dieting, so it's 80% whole nutrient-dense foods, 20% processed foods, whatever the hell I want. And that balance for me prevents me from binge eating, because anything that I want, I can eat it realistically. I just don't eat it in excess anymore. What's my thoughts on raw veganism? It's a bit of an extreme diet. I don't think it's sustainable. I don't personally think it's sustainable. What advice would you give to a 57-year-old who can't eat a lot of protein? How much protein can you realistically eat? It's whatever you can eat. I would say like whatever you can eat comfortably for your body is just how much you should eat, and emphasize other things in your diet: healthy fats, fiber. And how you structure your nutrition is going to be very reliant on your body and how you function, and it's going to be different. Everyone's different and unique, and that's why there's not really a set rule when it comes to nutrition. I would say like whole foods is like a general principle that applies to most people, but there's so many different types of whole foods. Some people are intolerant to dairy. They can't necessarily have dairy, and so on. So find the foods that work best for your body and the specific quantities that work best for your body, and really emphasize those. How tall am I? 6 foot or 183 centimeters. Is my chat broken? So hold on. My Instagram chat's kind of messed up. Okay. Favorite grocery stores or farmers markets? So I'm in Canada, so we have Food Basics, we have Freshco, we have Zayres. You probably don't know any of those. If you're in the US, a place like Whole Foods is going to be solid. Of course, Unhinged, I appreciate your support. Where's my water? Wow, I left my water. Left my water in the other room. I'll get in a second. Always hydrate, everybody. Always hydrate. How much should a 13-year-old girl eat? Like, what's healthy? Depends. You're probably looking at like anywhere. Like, it depends on your body weight and your goals, but realistically, probably between like 1,400 to 2,000 calories, somewhere between there. I know it's a broad range, but I don't know anything about you, so I can just give you a very approximation. If calories didn't count for a day, what would you treat yourself to? The thing is, I like donuts, I like cake, but I eat those things very commonly anyways. And I'm really big on not overstuffing myself. So it's not even about the calories at the end of the day, but like the feeling that you get after eating like a high volume of processed food is something I would want to avoid. So, if let's just say let's just say you could never feel full, you can never feel bloated, and calories didn't count, then of course, like I would do like the savory. I like fried chicken. I like pizza. And then I like donuts and cake. Like those are my top four. And a good burger. I can't lie. Yeah, I said fried chicken. Guilty pleasure, definitely chicken tenders. Uh, I just went to this smash burger spot. I got a smash burger and then I got some chicken tenders and it was amazing. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta do something again. Sorry, guys. That that's gonna be the last disturbance we have on here. Last disturbance, everybody. Okay. All right, we're back. Back in action. Is it possible to eat keto in a vegan way? I'd love to try it. Yeah, it is. It's limited and there's a lot of limitations there, but I would try it short term, like 7 days. Try it for 7 days, see how you feel, and go from there. Don't commit to anything long term until you know how it reacts with your body. What do you think about intermittent fasting? I also want to go up and down. Intermittent fasting is very effective if you are a person who is not really hungry in the morning and just likes to have like a coffee or tea, whatever, and then you're hungrier later in the day and you struggle with snacking at night. So for a lot of clients that come to me and they like snacking at night, and that's when they're doing most of their binge eating per se. You know what? We just move all our big meals. We move all the meals to later on in the day. So they do almost a little bit of an intermittent fast, and they eat all these meals in a short window, and they feel very full during later in the day. So they don't delve into the snacks, and it ends up working better. So just depends on what kind of where you're hungriest during the day. It's not going to make you lose any more fat than a normal diet would of just like 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, but it can be effective for weight loss. What are good glute activation exercises? You want to, for glutes, you want to do like hip thrusts, like barbell hip thrusts or Smith machine. You want to do the glute cable kickbacks, really good as well. You also want to do like the adductor machine, or sorry, abductor, not the adductor. Adductor's for the inner thigh. So the abductor as well. It's really good to activate the glutes. So those are 3 like staple glute exercises. Good mornings are good as well. Romanian deadlifts. Keto vegan was not sustainable. Yeah, I really don't. I don't think it's these extreme diets are not really sustainable. Like, why go keto vegan? Just if you a lot of vegans are vegan for ethical reasons, and I completely understand that because I was vegan for 3 months myself, vegetarian for 2-3 years, I believe. So, and I was doing it for like ethical reasons too. So that's why most do it at the end of the day, just to limit the suffering of the animals and whatnot. And that's completely justifiable and understandable. But keto vegan's like an extreme for like no reason, in my opinion. Fiber and micronutrients, always. Never forget. It's a little bit dark in here. I'll get a ring light next time. It's kind of dark. Do I eat avocado every day? Yep, of course. You're in Canada? Let's go. Fellow Canadians. Love to see it. Do you have any tips for building muscle while burning fat? As a vegan, I have a few low-calorie protein, but they're getting repetitive. So with vegan recipes, like how to mix it up with your diet, it's going to come down to the spices and sauces, because you're realistically, you're as a vegan, you're down to a specific set of protein sources. You can try making like protein ice cream with the vegan protein powder too as well. Like there's vegan protein desserts, because a lot of these protein desserts use yogurt and protein powder, which you can get like coconut yogurt, and then you can use vegan protein powder. So any of those recipes that you see online that are protein desserts, try making those with vegan protein powder. I'm not too sure exactly how it might turn out compared to whey, but it's worth a shot. See if it's something just to mix it up. Currently eating an omelet, trying to lose weight because yesterday my friend saw my ribs doesn't show anymore, and she said, finally eating like dude I eat. Good. Omelets are great. Omelets are great. Super nutrient dense with the eggs. You can put peppers in that for, vitamin C, antioxidants, mushrooms for more fiber. It's cheese for protein and calcium. Omelets are great. You can really mix it up with what you put in it to vary the different tastes. So I really love a good omelet. Have this play in the background at work. Love that. Let's go, Star Lover. Really appreciate you. Hello from Singapore. That's awesome. Appreciate your support. Hello from Canada out here. Are there any cons to taking a protein shake? No, not at all. There's no cons at all. Keep taking your protein shakes. The only thing is, I wouldn't make your sole protein source just like whey protein powder. Like you should vary your protein sources from animal-based sources if you are eating animal-based products, and even some plant-based proteins as well. Mix it up. Do I have a favorite protein powder brand? Yeah, I like Redcon 1 MRE Light. And only reason I like them is because there's no whey. They use beef protein. They use a blend of beef protein, salmon protein, egg white protein, and I think like pea protein. And the reason I decided to quit whey protein is I found with my body it was giving me a lot of acne. So I decided to just quit whey protein and just go with a different breakdown. And they can be a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it if it's like causing you bad skin. We don't want bad skin at the end of the day. How long does muscle growth take? So that's going to, let's just say you're starting from square one. I would say it would take like a few months of consistency before you actually start seeing a difference. Because you might be, as long as you're getting stronger though, that's an indication that you're moving in the right direction. And what stronger means is like adding more weight or adding more reps on the same weight. So if you did like 200 pounds for 5 reps, you did it for 6, you're progressing. Great job. Great work, as I like to say. I'm going to do cardio in like maybe 10 minutes. So I'll be on here for 10 more minutes. Sorry, let me just move to the Instagram chat. Okay, Instagram chat's a little bit dead because I left. YouTube, y'all on YouTube are more real. I left, and then, you know, viewership goes down, but a lot of y'all stood by me. I respect that. Love all of you. I'm struggling to even just do light muscle building works, including Pilates, so I don't really know how to start when everything is Why is it too hard for you exactly? Do you have a pre-existing condition that's making it harder for you? A client just messaged me really fast. 1 second. Sorry, I missed a question. Eating for lymphedema, I would say practice like an anti-inflammatory diet approach, which is going to be lots of healthy fats, salmons, walnuts, fruits and veggies, a lot of, you know, quinoa, like whole grains, lean proteins. I would say lower on the sodium end, and being hydrated as well is a good measure for lymphedema, of course. But you can still incorporate, you know, more processed foods, but limit them. You know, if you're, let's just say you have a dinner with salmon, broccoli, and quinoa, like and then a little bit of white rice, like that's solid. And then after you want to have a few Oreos, that's great. Like that'll be great. That's a good balance right there. Love your channel. Thank you so much, Cherry. I appreciate you. Am I a runner? Not really. I just do like walking. I like to do like light walking, I would say. No problem, Starlight. I really appreciate you stopping by. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate the sports on the lives. I'm trying to do them more often as the opportunity arises, because I can get really busy with, you know, calls with clients, messaging clients, working on plans, even posting on social media. I'm unable to do a push-up or sit-up and never been able to. How can I would say start doing assisted push-ups. Do it from the knees instead of from the toes, and just work your way up. How do you heal a metabolism after an ED? Is your ED for like you're eating nothing? I would say just gradually increasing your food intake as you're healing. Let's just say you really restricted your food. Just gradually ramp up the calories. Don't make like a really drastic change where you're adding like I'm gonna add 1,000 calories to my diet. Like, no, just add like 100, add 50 to 100 every week, and then over time, you know, your metabolism will speed up. Do I have more information about the vegan diet? I would say, like, what information exactly are you looking for? It's very nutrient dense, don't get me wrong, and it's very favorable for low LDL cholesterol, fighting heart disease. There's a lot of benefits to the vegan diet, but it can be low on things like B vitamins, which can be missing. So supplementing where necessary is something that you want to do, just so you're meeting all your nutrient needs. River, I really appreciate it. You know what? I just started kind of doing lives again, so yeah, honestly, as they pop up, like the lives are saved on YouTube as well. So if you ever miss a live, they're not saved on Instagram, but my YouTube is Nico Physique. If you want to go over there, like they're recorded, they post as YouTube videos. So if you ever miss anything, it's on YouTube. Not to worry. Appreciate your support though. I really appreciate it. I'll be on for 5 more minutes. So any questions that, if I haven't answered any questions, please put them down in the chat. I'd be happy to answer them now. If I ever miss your chat, because the chat can get pretty active, which I love, just keep putting the question in. I'll see it eventually. Airbox. I don't have weights. You know what's super cool is that you can actually see a lot of progress if you without weights training from home, because I have clients that literally do body weight exercises, and especially if you're starting from a place where you're like unable to do a push up and you're just trying to improve your overall fitness, then yeah, body weight workouts can be super duper effective. What is a high protein dessert you recommend? That's a good question. So I like I like doing like a smoothie bowl. If you do like, okay, you do like Greek yogurt. Okay, you do Greek yogurt. You do like frozen berries. You can do like peanut butter. You can do like chia seeds, provided you soak them. You do all that, and like you put it in like a blender, and then you put it in the freezer to freeze it a bit, and it's like a frozen yogurt bowl. It's really good. How to stop binge eating during recovery? Well, when it comes to binge eating, you kind of have to break down why the binge eating is occurring in the first place. Like, it's usually tied, there's an emotion that you experience that is tied to the behavior. So you have to map out that link. It really helps to journal your feelings and work from there. Like, you need to rewire your cognitive, like, neural behaviors from like the thought to the behavior. So let's just say every time you have a bad day at work and you're stressed, you go to your Ben and Jerry's pint of ice cream, and that's your behavior. How we can start to break that is, okay, I get it. Not every day at work is going to be great. Here are some alternative ways and that I can cope with this stress. That's not going to be the pint of Ben and Jerry's, and maybe I won't even stock the pint of Ben and Jerry's in my freezer. Maybe I might sub it for a different kind of ice cream that might be lower calorie, that I can go to. And then also, maybe I can do something else, like whatever. So talk to a friend, read a book, go for a walk, etc. Some other type of activity. And also, binge eating can come from also just not feeling full, like your body is not feeling full. And how you can combat that is just, making sure there's a lot of protein and fiber in all your meals and eating slower. I think a lot of us eat really fast. We watch YouTube while eating. We don't think about what's actually going on. Our body is not, we're not in tune with our hunger cues anymore. So it's all out of whack. And of course you binge eat because you're just so hungry that you can't even function. So if you can start to, really clean up those behaviors and kind of remap the thought behavior link, then you'll be a lot better off. I'll take a few more questions here. What's up, Flex? I have a live on YouTube right now. So for everyone on Instagram, my biggest audience is on YouTube. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy to even, I would never imagine in a million years that I would have this level of support and 100,000 subscribers. But all of you are just absolutely amazing, so positive and so inclusive and welcoming. And this community we're building I'm so excited for it. It's only going to get bigger and more exciting, and we're all just going to keep getting better. But yeah, YouTube is a little bit more active. If you want to go over to YouTube, it's Nico Physique on YouTube. Feel free to subscribe if you like the content. It's whey protein, good for losing weight, building muscles, better with water, milk. Love your content. Thank you so much, Adrian. So whey protein is good for both, and it's really up to you if you want to. I like it with water. You can very well mix it with milk. If you like, the milk could add even more protein. So it's really preference at the end of the day. With water, it'll be less calories, so you'll get more room for other foods. So it's really what your calorie goals are and your preference, really. If you really struggle with drinking it, with just water, then yeah, try it with milk. It might be a little bit better consistency for you. Hey, Kari, how you doing? What's up, Marbro? I remember you. I remember Marbro. I remember Flex. I remember y'all are OGs to the lives. I appreciate it. What can I do this summer to get in shape? So I don't know what you're currently doing, but here's some just very bare bones advice. 2 to 3 resistance training sessions per week, full body. And then you can hit your step goal of 7 to 10K steps daily. Your diet should be 80 to 90% whole nutrient dense foods, protein and fiber based foods, and in every single meal and snack. And that's going to set you up. Those 3 things alone will set you up for a lot of success. It's very basic, but I could go into it and talk about the specifics of it like all day, but we don't really have all day to really discuss it. I'll take one more question here and we'll call it a live, but it's been a really good live and definitely doing more as the time goes by. Can metabolism damage from calorie deficit? No, not necessarily. It'll down regulate, so it'll slow down a little bit just because you're eating less, your body weight is decreasing, so less calories need to be burned to sustain yourself. But the damage, this metabolic damage is not really as significant as people make it out to be. It's really not. And I'll take one more question on YouTube as well. Just got back from the store, 2 avocados, raspberries, blueberries. Let's go. We got the avocados for healthy fats, potassium, raspberries and blueberries for fiber and micronutrients. Great work. Let's go. Good job. Sorry, I just wanted to get it. I have a video making mode where I go into video making voice. My video making voice is a little bit different than my normal talking voice, of course. You got to take it up another notch, make it a little more exciting, a little bit more annoying as well. Thank you so much, Tammy. I really appreciate you. One of Nico's. Kimberly, you're the best. Thank you so much, Kimberly. I was super excited. I was super excited to get started with you. You're super positive, and from the start, you're getting right into it, and I love to see that. And we're gonna have a lot of great calls together, and we're gonna smash your goals as long as you're ready, and you do seem very ready to work with me and work together and collaborate as a team. We're gonna make it work, promise. All right. Well, I'll call it a live because I want to do my cardio now. A little zone out to some music. If for any of you that struggle to do cardio, put in a podcast, put in a music, put on a TV show. Makes it so much easier. Other than that, I appreciate all of you. I will be going live more often. So if I didn't get to any questions, I'm really sorry about that. And I appreciate you, the avocado and berry squad. I'm still working on what I should call y'all, but I really love all you. Let's have a great, is it weekend yet? Yeah, let's have a great weekend. I might go live again this weekend. Peace out.